Hey, what's cracking with you, YouTube? Welcome back to Cage TV. It's your man, King Howie. Back with another YouTube video. Before I start this video, I want to give a huge shout out to R2 Cents Podcast. I was on there last Thursday. I believe that was August 1st. Shout out to Woods and House. They had me on as a special guest, and we talk sports. You could check that the R2 Cents Podcast on Spotify. Make sure you subscribe. They have a lot of good content, funny, and very informative. Hopefully they can have me back on there again so y'all could, check out the show. But otherwise, check it out regardless. With that being said, let's get into this shit. Back in the day when I was LeBron, I'm not with LeBron anymore, but some days I still wish I was with LeBron. David Griffin. Let's go back down memory lane. Just so you can understand why you were miserable. Why when you won the championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers, you went in the closet and cried. When we lose, it's not even LeBron James' fault. But when we win, he gets all the glory. He said this in a Sports Illustrated interview, which I thought was hilarious because I'm thinking to myself, why is this coming out now? Why didn't this come out after y'all won the championship with when y'all beat the Golden State Warriors? Like, why wasn't this spoke up on then? Or why didn't you speak up on this after LeBron left? Once he left the Cavaliers, or when you left the Cavaliers? But no. You wanted to wait until you got a big time position with the Pelicans to speak your mind. I think a little bit of that Dale Demps over there in New Orleans then rubbed on off of you, Wardy. So let's go back down memory lane. As you all have known, which you all should know this, the decision, we're going to take it back there. Okay, LeBron spent 7 years in Cleveland, right? Trying to win. Got to a championship, got swept by the Spurs. The only thing that was honorable about that, when LeBron James lost to the Spurs, was that he didn't go crying to his mama like Kevin Durant did. But moving on. LeBron James decides to leave. He takes his jersey off, throws it in the stands. He goes with the decision to take his talents to South Beach. He does that, right? What happened next after that? The owner, Dan Gilbert, wrote this statement trashing LeBron James. I hope you never win a championship. We'll win one before you win one in Miami. We all know what happened. So through the 4-year period, matter of fact, I might as well say 8-year period. 4-year period. When LeBron James was with the Miami Heat, he was whipping the Cavaliers' ass. Remember, when LeBron left, the Cavaliers only won 19 games. So, LeBron James goes to Miami, wins 2 championships out of 4 NBA title runs. He lost to the Mavs, beat the Thunder, beat the Spurs, and then lost to the Spurs. Excuse me. So, he wants to return. And at this point in time, David Blatt is there. David Blatt, the head coach, is there, along with David Griffin. So, when bringing LeBron back, let's not forget Kyrie Irving had a problem with this too, with LeBron James coming back, because remember, Dan Gilbert and the GM, David Griffin, they basically said that the team was Kyrie Irving's team. But oh no, LeBron comes back. Dan Gilbert eats his crow, apologizes to LeBron James, but there is still some tension between those two. You know what I'm saying? You could forgive, but you never gonna forget. And that's what the mentality that LeBron came with. Now, you gotta put yourself smack dab in the middle of David Griffin's shoes. He has an owner that has went publicly and trashed LeBron James. Not to mention, LeBron James is feeling some kind of way about what Dan Gilbert said, knowing that he has to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers because I promised them a championship. You don't think there's going to be any tension that David Griffin has to deal with, knowing that the owner is feeling some kind of way about LeBron after LeBron left and now LeBron's back? He got to, kind of shut up and just go with the flow. And then you have LeBron James. Whatever the owner is suggesting, David Griffin has to translate it to LeBron, and LeBron is just, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Of course you're going to feel miserable. Then you have players up and coming like Kyrie Irving that wants to have his voice heard on the team. So you have to deal with that situation. Not to mention LeBron's entourage, the media coming in and out of there because of the aura of LeBron, the hype of LeBron, the power that LeBron has within the league. And then you dealing with Dan Gilbert, the owner. Then you dealing with how Tristan Thompson feel. You dealing with different emotions from other teammates that might have some problems. David Griffin, you didn't have to go to this extreme to explain your time with LeBron and the Cavaliers. All you had to say, because we all knew you was going to retract your statements once. They all do that. Oh no, they was messing up my words. That ain't what I said. What I did say, David Griffin, everything you said in that Sports Illustrated article, I believe everything you said. Everything you said. You want to know why? David Griffin? Because if it wasn't true, LeBron James would have never responded the way he responded. LeBron James went straight to Twitter. Enough is enough. Y'all been messing with the throne for too long. Ether is coming. Now, when I seen that tweet, I busted out laughing. I was cracking my ass up there when I saw that damn tweet from LeBron. I'm like, LeBron, just stick with your Taco Tuesdays and keep showing everybody that you listen to hip hop music and you working out. We don't care about your tweets. We don't care about your Instagram stuff. Your fans do, the diehard LeBron fans do. Laker fans care about what you gonna do on that court this upcoming season. We care about a championship. But back to the subject at hand. So it's understandable to know that David Griffin was having problems with the Cleveland Cavaliers, dealing with LeBron James. Pat Riley had to deal with LeBron James. LeBron James thought he had freedom and reign over there far beyond what D. Wade was doing after they won the first championship. Pat Riley said, nah, bruh. LeBron tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired. Pat Riley, nah, bruh. So, David Griffin, you know this. You've heard the stories over there in Miami. You have more of a close encounter with what goes on in the NBA than the average fan, man. You're inside the walls. I still think the article was a clout chase move. You know what I'm saying? And then think about this. After all that goes on, LeBron James leaves, right? And then he says, I knew I wasn't coming back after that. So he set out a few years. David Griffin set out a few years, was doing sports analyst or whatever. Still didn't mention anything about what went on in Cleveland. Probably said things behind closed doors, right? He probably did that. Told other people what was going on. Now, let's see. Okay. If you wouldn't have went to the championship all those 4 years with LeBron, right? You wouldn't be in the position that you in now. Your resume got you that job. Having LeBron James' name linked on your resume got you that job. I mean, for God's sake, LeBron James tweeted about your wife's wine. We already know LeBron like to get his buzz on. And you do this. Then you tried to reach out to LeBron after the comments are made. And LeBron is like, nah, bump that. We don't want to hear none of that. This is the same thing LeBron James went through when KD was like, oh, it's a toxic about his comments. LeBron James was like, oh, I got to see, really understand what he was talking about. But David Griffin steps in for Dell Demps after Dell Demps gets fired after not getting the Anthony Davis trade done in the middle of the season, right? Right? So what happens next? David Griffin steps in the door, signs the papers. So what happened with the trade? Oh, man, you know, LeBron James and Rich Paul, man, them blankety blank, blanks, man, they trying to take over the league. They just pushing and bullying us around. You know what I'm saying? Rich Paul out here hiring all these big-time athletes and telling them to dictate their career, telling them to get out of their contracts and go to these teams. So David Griffin is hearing all of these emotional complaints from people within the Pelicans organization, let alone from the owner. You know what I mean? I think, is the owner a woman for the Pelicans? I'm not sure, but the owner even had to step out and calm down the fans for what had transpired with Dell Demps and the Lakers and Magic Johnson. So David Griffin tries to make one last plea to Anthony Davis before the draft, knowing that they had the first round pick. Oh, we're going to bring Zion in here. You know, you and Zion can make, you know, do some things. And we're going to, you and Drew Holiday, and, we're going to try to keep Julius Randle. AD, still want to go play for the Lakers. Already made his mind up. So draft comes around. Zion. Bam. We moved to, was it July? Yeah, July 6th. The Anthony Davis trade is finalized. Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, the season that they had with LeBron. LeBron trying to get them traded halfway through the season. You know what I'm saying? The kids get emotional in a locker room, distance themselves from LeBron, mad, upset, thinking that they was going to be Lakers for life. When in fact, Magic Johnson already told them dudes prior to them being signed to the Lakers that, they might be traded. Plus, we've been hearing their names in trade rumors since LeBron James was coming over there. We even heard the crowd chanting, LeBron's going to trade you, when Brandon Ingram was at the free throw line. So they come into the Pelicans organization. What does David Griffin do? Sit down and talk to these young men. Of course, he knows that they're still emotionally high-strung. Lonzo Ball is dealing with baby mama issues, plus, him losing $1.5 million from a business associate. Lonzo got a lot of things going on. Brandon Ingram dealing with the blood clot in his arm, had surgery, still trying to get himself together. I think he's almost 100% now. And then you have Josh Hart, who was dealing with injuries. Didn't think he was going to be mentioned in the trade, but he got traded anyway. So David Griffin sits down with these guys, explaining to them what they're trying to build with the team, and then what do? So guys, how was it playing with LeBron? He starts hearing those kind of stories. Oh man, LeBron, man, be having too many media people in there, got all these cameras, everybody just kissing his ass, blah 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 blah. Spilling the beans. Talking that talk. So David Griffin, knowing that the Pelicans gave him the keys to the Ferrari for him to do whatever he wants because they are losing sorry ass organization, right? Not to mention Zion Williams is overweight and hurt. So he does this article, this interview. Who knows when? I think it came out maybe it was done a few months ago. Or I don't know when it was done. Probably have to research that. So bam, big article hits the sports news. Boom, everybody's going crazy over what David Griffin said about LeBron James, and LeBron James is responding back like I don't know why he should have, but he responding back like a kid would do. Oh, you want to talk about me? I'm going to do this. Like LeBron. G's move in silence like lasagna. Ain't that what Lil Wayne said? If you a G, man, you ain't got to explain yourself to nobody. Only thing you need to do is say, hey, you won a championship with me, right? I went to the finals 4 times with you, right? Okay, then David Griffin says, I think LeBron lost the desire the desire to win after he won the championship. How did he lose the desire to win when he went right back to the finals with a scrub ass team that wasn't about shit? We seen the interview. Hey LeBron, now that you're going to the finals after beating the Sonics, I mean not the Sonics, but the Celtics, how do you feel about going into the finals? Oh man, I ain't even trying to think about that right now, man. I ain't even worried. I ain't thinking about that, man. I'm just enjoying, going, winning the Eastern Conference Championship. That should have told everybody right there that LeBron James was going to take a dive in the damn finals with the scrub-ass team he got. I don't know why y'all not understanding how this is all set up for LeBron James. This dude got so much power. Look at the moves he's been making, so I can understand why David Griffin will go out and, pour out his frustrations and complaints about playing with LeBron James. It's been said before. This is nothing new. Remember when Phil Jackson said, "Oh, LeBron James trying to, get his posse." What you think LeBron James been doing ever since Phil Jackson said that damn statement? He's been using his posse to shift the way that the NBA is moving. Y'all got to understand the type of mindset LeBron James have. Shannon Sharp has said it many a times. LeBron James hears everything that y'all say about him. He done tried to get YouTubers shut down because they was criticizing LeBron James so damn much. LeBron James got that kind of power, man. Don't be mad at the player, man. Just hate the game. I have no problem with the things that LeBron James do, as far as like power moves in the NBA. Why not see a young black brother make money or make moves to, inspire other up and coming black athletes to do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Brand yourself and build your career the way you want to build it. So regardless of what David Griffin had to say about LeBron James, at the end of the day, David Griffin, when you go home and you look on your mantle in your office or your trophy room, what are you going to see there? A Cleveland Cavalier championship that LeBron James helped you acquire. So, with that being said, smile in your face, always want to take your place. Them backstabbers. That's exactly what you are, David Griffin, a goddamn backstabber. And I wouldn't mind if LeBron James didn't play the Pelicans. He sat out. Him and AD said, we're going to sit out. He did that with the Memphis Grizzlies. He did it there. I'm not going to play in Memphis. I'm not going to play against the Grizzlies. Every time LeBron James had to go play him, except for last year. But when he had to go play in Memphis, when he was playing with the Miami Heat, he didn't play. I'm sit out this game. He set out all of them Memphis Grizzlies games. So with that being said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this David Griffin bullshit. I just took y'all through a timeline of the reasons why David Griffin would say the things that he would say. It is hard playing with a superstar athlete that demands a lot and walks around with the championship mentality. If anything, David Griffin, you wasn't fit for the job. You don't know how to control egos like Mitch Kupchak. You don't know how to control egos, man. You don't have the balls. Let's just say that. You don't got the testicular fortitude to deal with a superstar athlete like LeBron James. Y'all can check the article out on Sports Illustrated and see the kind of opinion or take y'all get from it. But from what I got from this was a backstab move, clout chase move, trying to spark up some type of energy when the Lakers come and play the Pelicans because they know the Lakers got the biggest dick on the block. Pause. I'm out.